I've got some more of my GTA antics to feast your eyes upon. That was great English. For you to feast your eyes upon is what I was supposed to say. And I tried to start my video with a very cinematic train going past a level crossing. Oh, and while we're on that topic, can we just talk about... I'm sorry, I mean, obviously it's my opinion, but how crazy America is. Like, are those barriers really stopping anyone? I suppose even in the UK, though, a level crossing, like, if you want to get over those barriers, you're going to get over those barriers, aren't you? But they just seem, I don't know, like, I've seen videos of America where it's just like the desert, and there's just like where a train line is, or used to be a train line, and there's no fence around it. You would never get that in the UK. Yeah, very, very odd. Anyway, enough of that waffling. I've got so many things I want to try and pack into this video. And there's going to be some of my usual antics for you to watch as well. So maybe some surprises along the way. And I'm going to try and waffle about my training day while I can still remember it. And also not get in trouble for anything that I've said. So I'm definitely treading on thin ice. I need to be very, very careful with everything that I'm saying. Anyway, we'll start doing my taxi journeys. I only manage a couple of taxi journeys in this video, and each one has got its own little specific thing. So for the beginning of this video, I'm trying my best not to crash the taxi. So you might be wondering why some of my driving is a little bit different, or maybe I'm being a little bit careful, because my taxi journeys so far, I feel like have been very, very chaotic. Is that the right word? So now trying to find, the safe ground where I can complete a safe taxi journey. That is my mission. So trying not to crash at all. I'm not saying I'm obeying traffic restrictions. Look, I've just gone through a red light, but like junctions like this, trying to be super, super careful that I don't whack anything. So that's what I'm trying to do. And while that's going on, perhaps I will discuss the contents of my training day, because people always ask me what teachers get up to on their training days. And they are genuinely like so packed, you probably think we don't do anything. We do work fairly hard. It's a lot of information. I remember, like, even after the first couple of hours, I thought, wow, this is, I was just so tired out. It's very, very intense. And they put a lot of pressure on us as well to, like, answer questions, get things right. I suppose like a normal lesson would be, except we're older and we get tired and we have to really think about the things that we're going to say. And also, we have to answer questions in front of all of the other staff. Like, can you imagine how intense that is? I'm always so worried that I'm going to say something wrong or say something stupid. It's very, very different to being in a class full of people, being in a hall full of staff, people that are obviously very judgmental as well. But I didn't actually have to answer any questions in front of everyone today, which is fantastic because I hate that sort of thing. Yeah, it's the sort of thing that I try and avoid in my own lessons, because I hate making people feel uncomfortable. But really, you are supposed to put pressure on everyone. Like, they obviously put pressure on me to make me think and be prepared to give those answers, and I should do the same for my students, really. So yeah, need to try and build that into my lessons. I always think about getting like little lollipop sticks with students' names on and just picking one at random. I know you can use like a random name generator. I think, lollipop sticks a little bit more random maybe, because I always wonder how random those random name generators actually are. Like, and I'd love to look into that. But I mean, obviously, I always get Siri to pick random numbers. How random are those numbers? I'm not sure. Anyway, I've done enough waffling. Let me try and get into my training day. So my training day started basically with the principal running through what our key foci are, the things that we want to try and work on the most. And just really set the tone for things, so that's fantastic. And then after that, I think we started to dive into, we recapped something from one of our previous training days, and we're sort of trying to look at, I might have to introduce what's going on in the video first. So I'll come back to that in a second. But the next mission, so I've survived without crashing my taxi, even though it doesn't look like it. So the next mission, this one is going to be a nightmare. I tried to complete the taxi journey just driving down the paths as much as possible. Look at where we're starting as well. Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. So I'll narrate the video until it gets boring, and then I'll go back to what I did on my training day. But yeah, these people clearly are not bothered that there's a taxi on the path. There's two of them there that think, oh, okay, there's a taxi. She makes the right choice, he makes the right choice. And this other guy, look, completely unfazed. He is not bothered. I need to be like this guy, just chilling out. And then in the end, I think he just goes, oh, whatever, and starts walking off. He's not even bothered. Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah. Well, he tripped and fell, by the way. I definitely did not run him over. So sticking to the path as much as possible. Oh my gosh, we've got some shady characters on this corner. Look, that looks like a bottle of booze to me. What? Oh gosh, okay, I've definitely caused some chaos there. And I maybe should have stuck to the path there, but you're going to see there's going to be points where it's just sort of, oh, there we go, sort of not possible. So I'm going to try and stick to the path as much as possible, or the sidewalk, as Americans would say. Um, yeah, I'm not sure how well it'll go. So that's what's happening in the background while I continue to talk about my boring training day. Although there definitely will be people that are interested, I would have thought. So, other than that bit from the principal, the next thing we did was recap something from our previous training day, and we were basically looking at one of our habits and how we can try and sort of build it into lessons. So habits are just like traits that we expect our pupils to have, or at least try to build in their lives as much as possible, because we believe they are the things that someone needs to have in general to be a well sort of rounded citizen, a good person. So yeah, we're just sort of looking at how we can foster those within our lessons and foster those within our students' lives. So that was the next part of the training day. Then I believe we cut to break, and after break we. Oh, and by the way, can I just say it's nice to get an actual break, because normally when you're teaching, there's no such thing. You literally are getting ready for the next lesson or tidying up from the lesson before, maybe printing something. I might have to dash to the loo to make sure I've been to the toilet. Very lucky if I get something to eat, something to drink. So it's nice to have like an actual proper break. As I was driving home from my training day as well, I saw like other school children leaving school. I was thinking, oh, I'm so glad I did not have to teach. Teaching is such hard work. And again, I could get into that. We'll see how quickly I run out of things to talk about with regards to the training day. So, did that. After break, we then started to look at all of our Year 11 data. So our Year 11s have completed a couple of sets of mock exam papers, and we've got loads of data for those. Obviously, we've seen how they've performed on those mock exam papers. So we had to break down. You don't see all of the things that go into teaching, but break down exactly kind of whether we'd hit certain targets. Particularly like within groups of children as well. So something that, I mean, we don't really talk about it, but it's looked at all the time. There's a group of children that are called pupil premium, and that can be for like a ring. We used to class it as like free school meals. It's not even called that anymore. I mean, that's a thing in its own, but that's part of pupil premium too. There can be loads and loads of reasons why a child is pupil premium, and we don't specifically dive into we're more looking at whether the pupil premium children are making as much progress as the other children, and if there are any gaps that we can close, things like that. We also break it down in terms of gender too. So are the girls making as much progress as the boys, or vice versa? Lots and lots of data analysis. It was very, very laborious. I believe that's a word. Should I double check? Define laborious. I think it just basically means boring.
Laborious means
requiring considerable time and effort, Siri says. So yeah, it was quite laborious. Felt pretty frivolous as well, which I believe I'm using in the right context. Let me check. Define frivolous. Let's see.
Frivolous means
not having any serious purpose or value. So I need to be careful what I'm saying, because obviously it does have serious purpose and value. But I mean, a lot of us teachers commented on the fact that we believe we should have just been given the data, then have to extract it ourselves, which we were given it, but you had to go and like find where it was and complete a table. It's like, what sort of value does that have? I don't know. I'm sure it will get used by people. But yeah, it felt like a lot of hard work for something that was not really achieving. But, I suppose I was getting paid for it in a sense. But yeah, I'd rather be doing meaningful things, I suppose, which makes sense. Which, by the way, AI suggested is, whoopsie daisy. Excuse me, mister, sorry about that. And we now have attracted the attention of the police, which means our taxi journey has come to a stop. So I become a little bit confused at the minute as to whether I should be trying to stick to the paths. I mean, it's the original mission, but is the mission now to just lose the police? Do I try and lose the police by sticking to the paths? It gets very, very complicated. But looking around, I don't think we've got anyone really close, so we might get away with it. Anyway, so we broke down all of our Year 11 data. Once we'd done that, we started to... I forgot something that we'd done earlier in the day. So we did look at like a different approach to planning lessons, like as a whole academy, really breaking down into key things. I'm not going to dig into it too much because, don't want to get in trouble, don't want to give things away. But really broke down how we should be looking at planning lessons maybe across all subjects, which was really interesting. And we actually applied that then to some lessons later. So we looked at a lesson together within our department, and we all completed these worksheets where we had to look at different elements of the lesson. How can you make sure certain things are being met, things like that, whatever. I know I'm being super vague, I'm just trying to be super careful. that dog there was barking at me, and I was very scared it was going to like jump out and attack me or something. And I think, oh, that police car's getting close. I might need to bolt. We'll see. Excuse me. So yeah, looked at. We all within the department like planned the same lesson using this what's called a proforma. So basically, just like a template worksheet to make you consider certain elements, and then discuss kind of whose was better, why, what sort of things should have been on the sheet. So really, really valuable department time. And then eventually, towards the end, we looked at some real lessons. We were all actually given a. Oh! I think she was shouting at me then. What is she doing? What is she doing? This is a very busy path. Oh no! They're all shooting at me. Oh no! Oh, and there we go. And you might have seen that is probably going to be my thumbnail. I'd imagine that's my thumbnail. So first time I've died in one of my GTA videos. I mean, I was using quite a risky tactic. Let's be honest. And yeah. And then I have to go and try and acquire a new taxi, which is basically the rest of the video. So maybe I'll fill it with some waffle. It's quite a long recording, and I'm aware I've been recording for a bit of time now anyway, and I want my videos to be a lot shorter. I tell you what, maybe it's a bit cheeky, but I'll split this into a second video. There's a taxi right there, but I know I missed that opportunity. I've got to get a car to catch up with the taxi now anyway. So we'll make this a separate recording. I hope you've enjoyed. Can I just borrow your car, please? Don't mind me. Oh, not want to ride now? Your loss. My driving is elite. Right, I will turn this into a separate video. It's a bit cheeky, but I want my GTA videos to be shorter anyway. I hate how much I waffle. And maybe perhaps in the next one I'll finish talking about the training day too. I'm aware you'll have to wait a bit. Might be worth it though, who knows. Right, thank you so much for watching. You'll see me trying to acquire a taxi in my next video. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Me and my taxi antics. Again, suggestions for videos are welcome, but feel free to let me know what you want to see or what you think was good, what you think was bad. And yeah, we'll see what happens in terms of the next video. But thank you for watching, and hopefully see you again soon. Au revoir.